Stay close!
Lumos. Professor! Professor Fig! Professor, where are you? This isn't good. Where am I supposed to go? What's happening? The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere. Ah, that's where they're leading me. That glow again.
Ramsed.
Revelio. I suppose I'm on my own this time.
أخي ريفيليو ايش تعمل تقلب
Lumos. It seems I have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
هايدز نزلت مثلث لا شيت
Lumos.
ولا يبان هو رجعوني الاثنين وانا عرش دي مش مشكلة no probs no probs لافيوسا
There you are. How did you... What is this place?
I don't know.
انا نحب نعرف كيفاش كلهم سحارة والطفل هذا ينجم يشوف الباب وينجم يشوف كل شيء وهو لا
That is no...
بورتون هو قديم في السحر
That is a pensive for viewing memories. I wonder... Follow my lead.
قاعد تشوفي فرق بين الفيرسيون تاعك والفيرسيون تاعي ولا فماش؟
All is in place.
يقوي انا حاط كاليتي قوية راه.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created may be impossible to follow.
حتى 720 راني يا حبيب.
Impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can. Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough.
قوي فيها.
We are entrusting the one who
يخدم لك راه على اليوتيوب ما ياكلش.
with knowledge others will do anything to obtain. Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge and the responsibility that accompanies it. We've done all that we can.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing. Oh! Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
سكيبيت خاطر نعرفها ماما. شو محليها البلاصة يا خرا. يا هكا اللي في الفيلم زادا. حقا شني اخترت كاكومبانيون؟ اخترت شان. عطاوني حقا كواترويات ولا شنية في الديليكس. زيادة عطاوها زيادة قال. قال ايه حطينا هيك يعملني معروفة بيرو معروفة. تمشي كان كنت ويكند انت.
Oh, good.
اي في الفيفا بركة نحن نشريو كان في الفيفا.
I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this lock.
لا أنا وين أنا.
But first I must contact the ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
أخي أنا باش نختار السبيلز اللي لازم نتعلمهم. وهذا يشبيه قاعد يغزر البروفيسور. قاعد يغزر تفرج.
Phineas, Nigellus, Black.
شبيه يغزر له كيك.
Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
هم يعملوا سيريموني كل ما يدخل واحد.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
وهو حبوا يجي الصباح هذاك علاش توا بالزار باش يعملوا له بالايفنينغ. شو ابوه؟
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
بيرين عاوني باش نختار سليذرينغ. I can't wait. I can't wait to start classes ولا I can't wait to explore.
looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal.
اي بنحب نجيبها من الاول.
Oh, but you're brave at heart, exceptionally daring, undaunted by the unknown,
زين.
willing to forge ahead alone when you must. Perhaps you belong in Gryffindor.
حطني ديريكت في جريفندور، ما استني حتى سؤالات. وال لا على خاطر عملت الفازة انا متاع انا عملت الفازة على السيت، يمكن خاطر السيت جيت فيه جريفندور دونك يسكيبيو لك، يعني مش نختار سليذرينج وحدي.
I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power.
accept house. اعطوني تروفي.
You belong in Slytherin.
You belong in Slytherin. لبس بالاخضر.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
لازمك يقول هكاكا الكل يمشيو. اي انا توا الفازات اللي عطوهم لي وين نلقاهم حبيبه؟
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our
ابارامون نجبد لحوايجي ونجم نعمل شحال. بتمشي يهزوني للروم تاعي.
I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
قويت في الكاليتي. بيك تحس فما فرق كلي خاطر هذا 80 جيجاز.
Quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year.
بس فما حاجة.
A bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much.
راك شفت الفرق بين فيفا والفيفا عبارة لعبة أخرى.
Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply.
شيخت عليها فيفا على البلاي 5 بيبو ولا بلاي 4؟
Aspiration.
Very well.
تلاقي على التلفزة هاي ما فهمتش عندي أنا لا. كاليتي التلفزة راهو تتشرط برشا البلاي راهو لازمها برشا حكايات.
Well done. Now go on in and
Ready
get
to,
some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts.
أنت كيفاش تدخل؟
Sleep well.
أنت ما اخترتش جريفندور. ولا اليوتيوبر اللي تفرجنا فيه جريفندور وانا توا هك شفت تاع سليذرينج. دونك انت يا في البوفل ما تعرفيش الجمله، خليها كيكه سوربريز. 3 سوايع انت تكمل لك.
Everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
خلينا نكتشف البيت راه. راني باش نشوف كل شيء. كليت كعبة تفاح. هذوما كل انتاتشبل، هذوما كل ما يتمسوش، ما فهم حد شيء. بلاكار ما تنجمش تمس. فما كان لوبجيكتيف لازمك تمشي. باش نعمل اوبسيون. هذايا انا حاطط بيرفورمانس مود، ريتها كي نبدل هذايا الاوبسيون هذايا نحطها فيديليتي مود تتبدل الكاليتي نتاع الجو تولي اقوى. حكيت لك عليها الفاز. به الصون مش علينا فيه هاي ديسبلاي سبتيتل اون. نحب نشوف اصل الفرنسي ويني. ديالوج ديفيكولتي نورمال تنجم تبدل ديفيكولتي ريتها. ويني بلاير لوك؟ اش معناها بلاير لوك؟ ما ريتهاش. اون كاميرا ريليتيف تارجتنج اون. من الاول قال لك كي دور الانالوج يمين ويسار راك باش تلوكي على حاجه. علاش تردها اوف؟ هي ذيك تعاونك. هذوما كل سحبي ما نجم نعمل فيهم حتى شيء، ما فيهمش حاجه تاع اللبس. مش البلور اللي تخليك كي تدور كي تبدا التصويره تفلو. لا خلينا نشوفها وين ريتها انت. واش بلورة هاي يعني حطيت اوف ترى. كي الكاليتي اي ريتاري الكاليتي تتبدل.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
انا عرفش هذيك تقلقك، كان تقلقك في راسك وقتها تولي تنحاها. كان العكس انا هكا تقلقني اكثر. الموشن بلور خير. اي بالخير. انا موشن بلور راني قلت لك تنجم كي تنحيها توجع لك راسك. جرب انت خاطر كي تبدا اقل جرافيك في التدويره الاخرى تولي تركز برشا. قال لك introduce yourself to إيميلدا ولا الميلدا ولا مانيش قادر رفاه.
Well, I suppose. Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Figgs, who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
حبش يحكي معي برشا. قاعد تقرا عليه؟ رقدت؟ واي من حال لايف عليه.
Might want to think that again.
شو ذا يتحرك؟
I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gauntlet.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger قال.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate.
حبيبة نفس الوجوه، ريت الوجوه اللي في الجريفندور هما بيدهم لبسوهم بالاخضر ويظهر لي هيك.
You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last
ثبت انت مش طفلة ذي ريتها.
Tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away.
في بالي اي ثبت في الوجوه. نعرفش بالك انا غلط. شني قالت لي I'm Imelda by the way shame I wasn't with you and Fig could have lured that dragon away. My skills on broom are legendary. يا باش نقولها I wish you have been here. يا باش نقولها يا باش نقولها تصرفنا وحدنا مانيش نستحقولك. ايش قولها we had it.
And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
زلعتها عبارة نتا.
Not the way I fly.
خاطر ما نحبش تكون يتزبر عليا.
I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
You seem to know a lot about wizard craft. Do you fly a lot? ولا خلي قص.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
قص الكلام مع السب.
Is the new fifth year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just.
خاف لا تنبزني هي قبلي. ما تخط لي سليذرينغ خايبين. ثابت. الاخر سألته مرتين قال لي انت تحكي كيفاش قال لي كونفرساسيون هذيا مش تاع توا المره الجايه. سألته على سبيلز. شنو جود مورنينغ يا اخي صباح وتو.
Dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates.
بنت عمك ما عقلتهاش.
Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OW.
اللي جات هذيك. اي كي نسمع صوتها. واني عمري ما قابلتها، تبان طفلة بيضية وسمينة، ما تبانش هكاكا ضعيفة وسمرة. والله عندي اكسبكتيشن اخرين جملة، توقعتها طفلة بصحتها كي تسمع صوت عبد مكة ترسمه في مخك. عطاوني كتاب في بالي قبيح نسمع فيها ما قاعدة تغش.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You will take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
اي صاحبي.
Thank you, Professor, but
يورو سليثرينغ قريتها؟
keep track of what I'm learning.
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer.
انا في بلاصتك نقوم نتفقد. انا قمت كي طار عليا النوم وراسي يوجع حاليت بليت فقدتها نلقاها محطوطه بوز ماني هزني النوم وانا مبوزيها في بالي باش نلعب طول خفيف او تشيست مسكر هبطت اما مازلت ما تنجمش تلعبها تو هبطت باش تيليشارجيها مش تلعب السبيل هذاك لازم صندوق فسخت بتاع الفيرسيون بلاي 5 وعاود سبيتها. فيرسيون بلاي 4 نزلت. فيرسيون بلاي 4 نجرب عليها ونقول لك. اما باش تبدا انت علاش ماك تشب توا هوجوردز لو 26 احنا اليوم في الليل من بعد تحطها. علاش تقعد عاود خير ملي تلقى روحك تستنى في الفانتويت والفانتويت تجيك ايرور معناها راسلك تلعب نهار 30. هي اليوم 26 مهبطينها باش تيليشارجيها باش لو 28 تلقاها حاضرة. هي لو 28 تهبط الجو. فهمت؟ انت تخاف لا تخليها توا مصبوبة وما عندك ما تعمل في الليل ما عندكش تيليشارجمون باش تحطه ما عندك حتى شيء تجي نهار 28 باش تحلها تقول لك راهي الجو هذيا مصبوبة من اي بلاي ما تنجمش تلعبها. عليه؟ نقص الريسك فسخ وتكمل هوجوردز حطها ديريكت. حتى زياد باش يعمل هكاك كمان. شنيا قالت لي يعمل سبيل شنيا سبيل اللي قالت لي يعملها؟ ريفيليو. statue the water them native to شيء. You just unlocked the field guide challenge. Your progress towards completing challenges appears here. هاي تو فهمت. ان بورسون هكا challenges. نرجع للكتاب. هاي باهي. تالنتس مسكرة وأول بوست مسكرة. نحل جير زعما. لبست جواندويت. فيس وير ترى. لا نح هيد وير. لا نح يرجع عطاوني كشكول ريتو انا بعيني ريتو عطاوني كشكول احمر وابيض وينو؟ اظن معناها حاجات دو باز. نقعد هكا ولا هكا. خليها كي خير. الاوتفيت شنيا هذا لبسة تاع نوم. انفنتوري ما فيها حد شيء الانفنتوري. كولكشنز. شنو هذا الصقر هذا تصويرة النسر اللي لازم نلملو 13 حكاية باش ناخذوه. هايكا rescuable beasts you have in بيزا. هايكا الواحدة اللي حالينا كويست. زعما طويلة عاد انت ما فيفا ما عملتيش. كنت كملها 4 مرات. معني بتخلي مصبوبة برشا انت تعرفي. settings جير كها واني جست اللي زدت الجواندوات كها. quests no assignments collections. ما لقيتهاش، هم عطاوني باقيت. بالك شي بعد برا مش مشكل.
inside and outside of the castle.
انا اللي على اليمين شنو تعمل هذه؟ شو هذوما كل سبيلز باش تعلمهم ها؟ باهي. شوف.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Central Hall.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
I don't think a single...
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Can you tell me more about Charms class? What exactly is defense? What's...
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exception. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the... Unfold it and have a look.
Some quests are locked by spell and or level requirements. In these cases, you will need to be required level or have the required spell to activate the quest. Track a quest with X to continue. Defense against the dark or charms class.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Protego!
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you have excellent control there. Stay focused. Very good. That's it. Not to worry. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Yes!
Accio!
excellent control there.
Let us see this. That is how it's done. Quite impressive. Watch this. Phew.
Accio.
A perfect score. Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go. There we go.
Accio.
Very good.
Let us see this. That is how it's done. Brilliant. Be sharp. Phew.
Accio.
I will get you back for that.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronen wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can.
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
Thank you, but it really wasn't all that challenging.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be a bit overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I find Professor Ronen's lessons a bit more challenging than you do.
And then the werewolves join the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves!
Professor Ronen reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now,
You may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Protego! Easy. Protego?
Levioso!
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say
I do enjoy a lively duel. Don't hold our students with this adept.
Levioso!
Try to anticipate your opponent's next move.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive unsanctioned dueling organization.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Lucan Brattleby near the Clock Tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Revelio.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience. And these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Revelio. Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
I I trust the preliminary...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Obviously hates the job. It's not like he's short a few galleons.
Dubious honor indeed.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavor to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
Shall we?
يا اخويا سيس على اللعبة كملتها راك سيس
قاعد تتفرج حال لايف من قبل
لحظة ظهر لي ما نجمش نبدل الاسم سي بون حطيت
يظهر لي لا انا اول مرة نخرج من الكاسل تو
من غير حرايق
اوكي مشيت افطر عندي
لا مش مشيت نفطر مشيت صارت لي حاجة وصليت
Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded.
Harry Potter.
Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
راني مش هيصلي
Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look!
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it?
Oh.
You certainly don't see that every day.
ايش بيصير؟
You think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
ايش بيك my friend?
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Nothing.
Hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead. Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see. Places to
دخلت للكلاس قريت عندي
with the class. Perhaps one day. I can't go around
ما لو
telling you all my
وصلت
secrets now, can I?
ما زلت كي دخلت للواحد انا الواحد وقصيت انا قاعد نحكي مع الطفل
تعرف شي يقولوا لك لازم تقرا.
I've always thought Thestral's pulling a carriage a bit grim, though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
ما همش مصدق اسمعني حقا ركز فيهم الاسئله راهي باش توحى لك المراه هذيك اللي باش تهزك لبيتك. انت ما سمعتش بروفيسور فيك قال لك خليها الحكايه بيناتنا باش تقعد كل شويه تسال فيك ركز في الكتيبه في كل شويه بتحب تطيحك على راسك.
Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy.
الحكايه مازلت حكيت لي عليها وهي تبدا تسال فيا.
I
سواء
باو لازمك
نقولها
تركز في الكتيبة خاطر تغلط تتبلبز. حتى فيك باش يسألك يقول لك ما حكيتش ما.
I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had to.
خليها سكري بيناتكم.
I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state. Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts. Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place, I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's... Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame. So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
اسمعني.
Yes.
الواند معي هي الواحدة باجيت ماجيك.
And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
لازم نقرب للتلفزيون. The Hogsmeade map shows shops. You can check any direction here. Level 11 is required. What?
Protego! Lumos! Revelio!
إيه كيفيه تاو سمح. Is it Visa.
An inquiring mind.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda, student. I thought I might be seeing you soon. I am the proprietor here, Thomas Brown. I take it you've had a conjuring lesson then?
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
Ah, but you will soon enough. It is magic at its purest, creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity, but that is where my spellcrafts come in. Stay the course, and you could soon impress even Professor Weasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too, seeing it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I shall let Professor Weasley do the teaching. For now, let's get the spellcrafts you need. A potting table and a potion station, yes?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Nothing like being able to grow your own ingredients and brew what you want when you want. Let's have a look. If you're interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
Lumos.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Revelio. Protego. Revelio.
Revelio.
I'll be right with... Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
Hello, sir. I'm looking for...
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, about time?
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world.
Ollivander سمعت بها متى؟
To meet you, truly.
شكون؟
Ollivanders.
Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No, not you. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it. Oh dear. Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it? We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you. perhaps? Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try. Oh, goodness. Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it. How intriguing. Curious indeed. How intriguing. Curious indeed. How intriguing. A dragon heartstring wand is most powerful and learns quickly. What do you think? Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.
وينك زيزي؟
هاني
وين وصلت ساعة؟
قاعد نحكي مع فيق، قاعد عرضني بعد ما حكيت مع المدير مع ويزلي. غلطت قلت لها راهو درا شنو صار يا اخي، قالت لي يا اخي حلبت على فيك، قالت له في بيدي علاش ما ياخذ ثنيه اللي فيها الدراجونات. يا اخي فيك قال لي ايش بك، حكيت لها قلت له ما نجمتش نكذب عليه.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, Parry Pippin at your service. And this is J. Pippin's Potions. Potions for all ailment. You'll have read it on the sign. How may I help you?
Professor Weasley sent me to collect some
You're the student she sent the owl about. I set your things aside immediately. I suspected if you... Is it not the most fascinating art?
Are potions really that versatile?
As it's your first time, I also offer. But for now, let's get you those recipes, shall we? Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
Revelio.
لازمك ديما تعمل ريفيليو باش تشوف الكفر وين. Magic Nip. Where is the Magic Nip? It's right here.
Well, hello there.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the seeds Professor Weasley arranged for me to collect.
Oh, the Ditton. Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Well, that's everything. Better go and find Sebastian.
Better go find Sebastian.
Revelio.
Revelio. كيفاش نحلو انا هذا؟
Revelio.
كيفاش نحلو الكفر هذا؟ اما كفر فوق عين حابش يتحل.
Revelio.
بريسك البنيات الكل اكسسبل زياد. والله مش نورمال. حجام هذا.
Hello.
Oh, come in. Come in. Welcome to Madame Snelling's Tress Emporium. I'm sure I've no need to introduce myself. They used to call me Snelly. Oh, Snelly. But I showed them. There's...
Looking for a change.
Why not, I say? What sort of change?
Some are going for that muggle with consumption, sort of death becomes me allure. But you won't find poisons here. No need for chloride of lime. Why don't you spend a...
May I see your services?
What services do you offer?
تنجم تبدل شعرك من بعد زيزي.
عيبي.
فما حاجة اما بالفلوس. والسكار زاد اللي في وجهك. ولون عينيك. الأول فازة. والله حلو الماب متاعها على
Revelio. Accio.
فتقتوا من بعضك الفرخ هذاك في الباتل تعلم فينا في الريفيوز.
اي حتى انا شويتو
مخيبو
بشو اللي صاحبك هذاك انت كيفاش تتصرف معاه شنو يعمل هذا يبدلك حوايج كده اي يظل يبدلك حوايج محبش يحكي معايا مش عليه
Revelio.
الكفر هذيك كيفاش يتحل الكفر هذا سامحني عايش خويا كيفاش تتحلل انت خلي تنبعد اي شنو المال الماب فرات
I officially have all of my supplies.
No way, sir.
Draw it away from the building! Away from the village!
Protego. Confringo. Are we weakening them at all? Keep at it. We'll wear them down eventually. Leviosa. What was that? A taste of his own medicine. Nicely done.
كي حكى معاك ايش قلت له تحب تدخل لها الاورجنايزيشن بتاع الدول ولا لا؟
قلت له ساوند زاد شنية
خاطر كان تقول له ساوند سسبيشس ذالي ما يدخلكش اما كي
مش سسبيشس الاخرى
هاي الاخرى معناها مش يدخلك
هاي قال لي
Goodness! A second troll! Did you two take on a fully grown troll? By yourselves?
I suppose so. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Merlin's beard. Are you all right?
We are, and we were glad to help.
I'd say help is a bit of an understatement. Nerve like that. The makings of an aura, if you ask me. If you are unharmed, perhaps the two of you wouldn't mind helping me put a few things back to where they were.
Of course, officer.
Singer. Officer Singer. And thank you, again.
فما اوفيسرز في اللعبة.
Reparo. Oh, hello there. A moment if you will. I'll go and see what he wants. Reparo.
Lucky they didn't do more damage.
Reparo. Reparo. Mr. Hill was just singing your praises.
Hello, sir. I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to introduce myself, Augustus Hill, clothier extraordinaire. I should like to thank you for your remarkable bravery in fighting those trolls, and not to mention your help restoring Hogsmeade to its rightful state.
I was happy to help.
Frankly, you deserve an...
And I suspect this won't be your last dangerous encounter. I'd like to give you one such set of robes. Robes?
That's very kind of you, Mr. Hill, but I can't accept robes that I didn't pay for.
Nonsense! I insist! Now, let's try this on for size, shall we?
I insist, قلب. You received a new piece of gear. Time to equip. Gear screen.
I'd say we've earned a butterbeer or two, wouldn't you? Might help me forget that I was almost pulverized by a troll.
I'd say that I agree with you.
Perfect. The 3 broomsticks is just this way.
I sell even more battle-worthy items. Should you be inclined, you're most welcome to peruse my shop at your leisure.
Revelio. Assuming it isn't utter bedlam in there, you might even meet Sirona, the owner. She's a good one to know.
جيب ستوري ونجي. for me to make a pose. Zizi, my brother.
Oui.
Where are you, my brother? لا ولا
فمايكو.
قويت لك في صوتك فمايكو.
خسرت كونترها الطفلة في الطرح حزوزة راح.
خسرت فيها مزوزة؟ ربحتها مزوز.
بورمبا
لازمك تعرف وقتاش تسيب الواحد.
تعرف تحشيدي بالباكو في الاخر الخراء. سايبها اول ما تاخد الخضرة سايبها تجي في الزرقاء تو.
انا من لو ما اعطاك من لو تفش بالميعاد وتحلوش اعطاك تجرب واحدة. طيحت زوز منهم في القاع. في الطرح ربحتها. خلينا تشزني يا زيزي حقا صحيح. خلينا تشزني حقا صحيح.
سي بون.
فري ايجنت. ليفيوسو.